Karen. Breast cancer runs in my family, and I have 2 aunts who had mastectomies. One of my aunts was the first case. She's actually in medical textbooks for chemotherapy. But I did not want to take x-rays, so I've been taking thermography. And there's a lot of research behind it. I presented it to a very progressive doctor. I just moved here from Chicago. And basically, that is something that, accesses the blood flow to the breast where they actually catch something before there's even a lump. So there are methods, and if you work with a progressive doctor, there's a lot of things you can do. Wireless bras. I sleep in a pitch dark room at night because it works with the melatonin serotonin balance of the body, which is preventative to breast things. It's just really, I think, finding. Well, for me, I found it's a chiropractor who is a specialist in women's health. So if anyone has questions, I'm willing to answer to that. And I'd love to help anyone here who would like some answers.
Okay, thank you, Karen. One of the things to keep in mind, since we're on the breast cancer topic, a lot of women get breast cancer, men get prostate cancer. The lymph nodes in those areas are kind of at the end of the chain. They're not under a lot of pressure, so the toxins will accumulate there. And a lot of women have been conned into worried about whether they smell or not, so they'll put on antiperspirants. Well, an antiperspirant will keep your keep your skin from sweating, which will keep those toxins sealed inside your skin. And in your armpit, you have a lymph node, and that's the lymph node's job, is to push those toxins out. So by blocking it, you've just done yourself a disservice. Plus, a lot of the antiperspirants also have aluminum in them as part of the agent, and the aluminum is a heavy metal and toxic to our body also. So now you've got lymph nodes that aren't expelling the toxins, and now you're putting a heavy metal in that area. And our bodies store toxins and heavy metals in our fat under our skin. But when our skin or our fat is maxed out, our body starts to make tumors as a way to encapsulate the heavy metals and toxins and parasites and everything else, to keep them encapsulated and out of our general bloodstream and out of our organs. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a cancerous tumor, but it is a tumor. So, for breast tissue, you've got a lot of fat there, so it's the perfect environment to be taking in toxins. For men, prostate cancer, same thing. It's the perfect environment to be taking in toxins, and since the lymphatic fluid isn't getting moved enough, the toxins are staying down there, and then they're starting to get into the fat and then max out and start to go into the tissues and form tumors and different things. So the negative charge and the lymphatic movement and lymphatic cleansing is very important to all of this. One of the things I wanted to bring up that's also on the market is there's energized gel pads and energized mugs that basically have the negative charge in it, and anything you put on it, be it food or fluids, it will negate the positive charge and free radicals that are in it and start to diminish that, to take it away from being a free radical and hopefully make it neutral, if not negatively charged, where it's a beneficial antioxidant, so that gets done before it even goes in you. So there's plenty of different methods to stay on top of this stuff. Another method is read your food labels. Read what's in things. It's a lot easier to never even get it into your body in the first place. Then you don't have to worry about detoxifying it out. If you can't pronounce the 5-syllable word, you don't want it in your body. There's machinery on the market that are called negative ion generators. You can use the portable ones if you're in a work environment or in a restaurant or something and there's a lot of smoke. You can wear these, and they will put out a negatively charged oxygen molecule that when it'll work on negating the positively charged particles out there before you even take it in, and then what you do breathe in will help to also put the negative charge into your own body. There's some on the market, like this particular one. It makes the smallest oxygen molecules so that it can assimilate into the body the easiest and do the actual most therapeutic value for the body as far as bringing in negatively charged oxygen molecules. It also puts out, this particular unit's the only one on the market that actually puts out beneficial frequencies to help frequency-wise pull your body back into balance. And I guess the way to look at frequency is an 8-cylinder car, if you pull 2 of the spark plug wires and it's run on 6 cylinders, it's still running, but it's chugging along. So its frequency or its balance is off. So the same with our organs and the same with our body. We may be marginally alive and we're still moving, but our balance, our frequencies are off because of all the toxicity in us, and we need to get them back so that they're balanced and run smoothly. Let's see. There's the Biophoton is a unit that's on the market that's made in Michigan also. This particular unit helps to do energy balancing in the body, and it's basically like an electronic form of homeopathy. And homeopathy has been around for a couple hundred years. In fact, University of Michigan Hospital at the turn of the century in the 1900s was a homeopathic hospital before Pfizer got a hold of them and turned them into a drug institute. And homeopathy through the 1800s and through part of the 1900s, when the farmers didn't have the time or the money to get into towns and cities, they did just fine out in the wilderness with homeopathy. They knew how to use it. And homeopathy basically is based on, the hydrogen in a particular solution, and then also the hydrogen in our bodies, because the hydrogen is the transfer agent for the electrons and the frequencies. Homeopathy works in the sense that if there's beneficial things in your body that your body needs, then you'll create an in-phase remedy which will help boost that frequency or energy in your body. And that's some of what the people do with urine therapies, is they actually utilize what the body is, knows what it needs to utilize, and capturing that essence, that frequency, and introducing that back into the body. For toxicities in the body, homeopathy wants to make what is called an out-of-phase remedy, which then neutralizes a non-beneficial frequency in the body. So if you're familiar with the headphones that Bose makes for wearing on airplanes, that the sound of the jet engine comes in, the little microprocessor on the circuit boards captures that, makes the exact opposite frequency, so that opposite frequency cancels out the jet engine noise and you don't hear anything. Well, the same way with frequencies in our body. So if you had, say, lead poisoning or mercury poisoning, or just, toxic levels of it in your body, you can use different chelation products, and we're going to get into that a little bit. Natural cellular defense, which is a zeolite mineral, is an excellent way to do that. That helps pull it from your body. But if you also take the exact opposite frequency of the heavy metal and introduce that frequency into the body through the hydrogen, that tells the body, okay, we've neutralized the frequency, now the tissues and the tumors and everything else can start to release that toxicity from the body, and it helps with the detoxification of the body. So the Biophoton does that same process, and instead of calling it homeopathy, they call it an isopathic countermeasure. Same thing, just done with magnets and circuit boards, and it made it high-tech, and it's a lot faster, and it's more exacting. But same basic concept. It gives your body what it needs, whether you're boosting something that's beneficial to the body or whether you're giving the energy or wave pattern, signature patterns to the body to let it release particular substances. So with this, you can actually imprint those frequencies into the water and then drink the water in and get it into your body that way. There's also a cable that comes off of it. You can put that around a particular joint or around your waist, around particular organs, whatever you want to do, and that will get both the free